You hate what? Okay, I'll do the talking. Yeah, that's fine. More? Yeah, I figured it. Good morning, everyone. How is everyone today? Boy, what a turnout today. It's cool in here. I don't know, anybody find this cool in here today? A little bit cool. It's hard when you play the piano, but we'll be fine. Anyway, to start our Sunday morning celebration, we're doing something a little bit different. Our wizard visual tech guru here, Leanne Almeida, wrote, hey, let's hear it for her. She wrote lyrics, new lyrics for a Shania Twain song right there. Shania Twain, by the way, went to the same high school that I went to back in Canada. We were about the same age. And I was too busy trying to be Bobby Orr and Wayne Gretzky to think about playing the piano. Otherwise, maybe I'd be playing piano for her. Anyhow, so she wrote nice lyrics, beautiful lyrics, by the way, beautiful song to get our Sunday morning celebration underway. And as you see, the title of the tune is that she wrote is Your Life Here's Been Good.
Just broken, we were shattered. Your trust meant so much, it's all that matters. You shared with us so much, your hopes, dreams, desires. We know you must move on, just know you always matter. Joy, it's been about pain. It talks about forgiveness, love, and faith every day. Are you ready to be loved? Like only you to be good. Your life here has been good. Your life here has been good. Your life has been good. Your life has been good. Tears fall, your hugs have mattered. Your loss is so great to us, we wish you safe travels. We have to believe that things here will get better. We'll never forget you. life's about joy, it's been about pain. Talks about forgiveness, love, and good every day. You ready to love like only you could. Life's about your life's about to get good. Here's the chorus now, let's go. Your life's about being good. Your life has been good. Your life has been good. One more time now. Your life has been good. Your life has been good. Your life has been good. It might take us so long after you're gone to feel alive and just hold on. Just know how we feel and soon we'll all heal. Oh, Luz, we love you. Don't worry, we're ending on a happy note. Here we go now. Your life should be joy about the pain. You taught us forgiveness, openness every day. Are you ready to be loved like only you could? In Virginia, nonetheless. Your life's been so good. Cause we love you, you know that. Well, life has been good. Life has been good. Life has been good. Nothing to show. Are you ready to be loved like only you could? Your life has been good. Let's hear it now. Your life has been good. Your life has been good. Your life has been good. One more time. Your life has been good. Your life has been good. Your life has been good. Oh, life's about joy. Life's about pain. We love you and we're thankful.
Wow. Okay. So today is indeed a celebration. And it's so wonderful to see everybody here. And I welcome you. I'm Annie. I'm one of the licensed Unity teachers here at Unity of Citrus. And we're going to be doing something a little bit different to celebrate. And so how that's going to look is we're going to have a chance just to say a few things about Reverend Luz and Joe. But I also want to make sure everybody understands that in the Gratitude Cafe, we have more celebration going on. There's food. And there's cake. And there's Luz and Joe back there, and there will be 2 mics if anybody would like to be able to say some closing words, or just some words that they would like to express to Luz and to Joe. And if you have any cards, any gifts, any money that you'd like to give Reverend Luz and Joe, please bring them back to the Gratitude Cafe. Okay, so Unity is practical Christianity. We have an opportunity to study the teachings of Jesus and our founders, Myrtle and Charles Fillmore. And unity is not just a Sunday experience. It is, indeed, a celebration. I have to make sure I've remembered all my little notes. I also need to let people know that John told me today that his wife is back in the hospital, Kathy, and that she would really enjoy visitors, and that's at Citrus Memorial. And because it's a different day, if you'd like to stand and greet your neighbor, please do, but not float around. So make sure you say hello to people that are sitting next to you, because we love to do that, because we have loads of new people. And we are live, so that if you'll wave to our live audience today, so they have the opportunity to experience this as well. So today, I am definitely feeling sad, but I'm feeling loads of joy. And so we're going to do what we do best, and that's pause our mind and pray. So as we take this wonderful pause, we breathe, and we remember that we are never, ever alone. In this whole journey, we have been embraced and enfolded with our unity principles. That reminder of the truth that resides within us. And I hold the sadness, and I hold the joy, and I know that you will be the comfort and the leader. And in this moment, we will take a moment of silence to just send peace to everyone that's present in this sanctuary, but to our world. As our world truly needs peace. So we say, thank you, God. And so it is. Amen. So with me, if you'll say the affirmation of oneness, there is one power and one presence in the universe and in my life, God the good, all-powerful, all-knowing, everywhere present, right here, right now, God. Namaste.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Today's daily word is generous. The abundance of the world flows through me. I am securely in the flow of prosperity when I receive graciously and gratefully and share my abundance generously. Whatever I share with a loving, giving heart blesses me as much as it blesses the one who receives it. Each time I share my supply, I am demonstrating my trust that I will always have what I need. When I share myself, I am living my faith that I am a divine being empowered with limitless supply of divine ideas. The richness of an abundant universe flows through me. Knowing this, I don't hesitate to be generous so others will know the abundance of the world as I know it. Through my giving, may they also know the blessings of the awesome power and grace of God, as they bless me daily. Now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the Spirit that is from God, so that we may understand the gifts bestowed on us by God. That's from 1 Corinthians. And I was asked to say a few words about, or for, or from, or with Luz and Joe. And I want to say that last night we had a celebration at the Drum Circle for Joe, which was wonderful. And today I would like to acknowledge the people who made that possible. We didn't get a chance to do that last night, so I'd like to do that this morning. And first and foremost, Frankie, whose collaboration was essential, and who brought us bottles and bottles of sparkling juice for toast. And then for Loretta, who brought giant marshmallows so that we had s'mores. And then Kay was our fire minder, and Willie, of course, Willie was wonderful. Willie is always wonderful. And earlier in the day, Jay and Linda and I went off to the nursery, and we found, for Joe, we found a fire bush, which if you know Joe, and if you've been here long enough, you know that Joe and fires go together. So now we have a bush to remind him, and we brought some salvia to go with it, so we now have, and we'll put it out here in this garden, so it'll be a red, white, and blue garden for Joe. But today is Luz's day, so Luz, I want to say that your name says it all. For me, your name says it all. Luz means light, Lukur is heart. So it's your heart light that has, excuse me, I have to breathe. Remember to breathe. It's your heart light that has led this community through the darkest of times. And I love that you reminded us of the Sunday when you stood in the empty sanctuary with pictures print out pictures of all of us on the chairs. I think that's just so inspired. So it brought us in and to you, and it was just a wonderful thought. And that's what I find through the years that I've known you, that there's this wonderful thinking that goes on in the background. And it sort of pops up unexpectedly. So thank you for that. I gratefully, I acknowledge your generous sharing of your sense of family. That's something else I think that helped us see our way through that time. And it gathered us all in this loving, accepting embrace. So thank you for that. That's okay. And you modeled so beautifully the joy and the sorrow that comes with living with warmth and in truth. And it was a godsend, I must say, for this chilly northerner of British stiff upper lip descent. So it really taught me something very valuable. So through your talks and personal sharing, you have given me a glimpse of a deeply God-centered life, courageously answering the call of spirit to a greater, more generous way of living. It is a wider giving, lively with laughter, ever ready for song, full of friendship and compassion. And I have to say, this is very personal, so I'll see if I can get through it, or I will breathe. 2 years ago, Luz answered a call in the night and came to my house to sit with me while my husband of 48 years lay peacefully and lifeless on the living room floor. We talked of love, of that feeling that comes most often at birth, but also at death, of a door opening and a vision of a place of life eternal, of that tender, loving, embracing truth that is always with us, but we don't often see. And I want to say, Luce, that you exemplify that. And I was so blessed to have you with me in those hours, those few, I don't know if it was a minute or 10 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, I don't know, I don't remember, but it was just for you to be there. And I know that's part of a ministry, but that I know, as a prayer chaplain, I also know that that's not an easy thing to do. So I certainly do appreciate that. And then there's a third thing that popped in. I was reading this wonderful little book, thanks to Mary, by Jim Rosemergy, who was here to speak to us, and he wrote this little book called The Seeker. And it's a book about finding your name. And in it, he mentions Luz. Luz popped in. So I had to look it up. And Luz is a place, actually. It's a place in the Bible. And it is where Jacob put his head on the stone, if you remember this little part. It's in the first book. I can't remember the name of it. Genesis. Where he went to sleep on a stone, and he dreamed of angels running up and down on a ladder. And the name of that place was Luz. But when he woke up, he said, and this is a song that we sing that I love, and it will always remind you of you. He said, "Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place." And the other part of it is that it's a house, the house of God and the gates of heaven. So here we are, saying goodbye, but I know that in goodbyes are joy and sorrow. And I think for me that living completely is when I can acknowledge both of those things at all times in my life. So thank you, Luce, for all that you have given us and the way that you have been our guide and our shepherd over these last few years. You're welcome.
That was beautiful, wasn't it?
That was Mozart, by the way. That wasn't me.
I knew that. So now is the time for our meditation. So I invite you right here and right now to get as comfortable as you can and place both feet flat on the floor as a reminder of our groundedness. And close your eyes or soften your gaze if you'd like. And this truly is a time just to listen. Listen to what is truly, truly alive in you today. And when the mind gets busy, as it does, return to that sacred breath that reminds us of our oneness with Spirit. Right in front of you in your imagination is your favorite place to rest and renew. And you go over to that place. And you get very comfortable, as this is truly the place that reminds you of your divine presence. That presence that is with you always. And as you rest and renew, you know that God's only definition is love. And when you say that, you begin to notice that this love is flowing as a divine substance to each one of our cells, in our organs and our muscles, and reminding us of this substance of love. And as this love is flowing, I invite you now to either out loud or silently say any messages of love that we would give to Luce and to Joe. And Joe and Luce, I invite you either silently or out loud to say any words that you would like to share as we have been blessed. So whether it be love, joy, whatever words remind you of this precious journey. Friends, this stillness of love is permeating in this sanctuary. And we are truly blessed to share this joy and this sadness, but with curiosity of what's next. So in the silence, just listen to what is being revealed to you. Thank you, God, for this divine love. And thank you, God, for the return home with the whispers of love. And so it is. Namaste.
Good morning. Let me take just a second. They're only giving me a few minutes here to drink you guys all in. I'm going to share my time this morning. My mother always taught me to play well in the sandbox. What a wonderful day. What a wonderful minister. Our words are very powerful. It's one of the Unity sayings. But sometimes they fall short of the deep feelings that we're experiencing. And of all the things I thought of, I couldn't come up with the words. The relationship with Reverend Luce over these years, inspiring, deep, rich, doesn't touch what we experienced. As we work together to serve this community, to represent you on the board, Reverend Luce and Joe came here about 2009, years ago, as seekers. And she demonstrated to all of us, many of us, over all these years, the transformative power of Unity principles. She has become a minister, a magnificent one. I never say goodbye. I usually write and sign my letters until we meet again, because in our shrinking world, you can be in almost anywhere at any time by Zoom. We have shared ups and downs. We have had challenges. One of the people that I know that shared one of those challenges with Reverend Luce was Michael Wilmshurst during our pandemic. She guided us through a 100-year pandemic in her very first ministry, and she did so beautifully. So I get to talk too much, and Michael doesn't get to talk enough. So I'm going to let him actually share that portion of our life when you guys' pictures were on those chairs, because I think coming from him and what he can share about that job that they did so wonderfully, I just can't do it for him.
At 7:30 this morning, I learned I was doing this. Well, it's a time of celebration. And before we have a celebration, usually there's sort of something going on. And that was the pandemic for me. It was a time when I came to work with Reverend Luce very closely because we had to put together a Sunday service that went out every Sunday at 10:30. That, believe it or not, took 6 days. Let me share with you what it looked like. We had to design, create, and build a Sunday celebration service that looked as close as normal as we could possibly make it. From mid-August to mid-July, from mid-April to mid-July, it was just the two of us doing it. Lots of coffee and telephone calls and Zoom meetings, and what do you think about this? Well, if there's one thing you ever need to know about Reverend Luce, when she's got a goal, she's very driven. But we had fun doing it, and it was what had to be done at the time, and we made as easy work of it as we could. Editing songs, getting messages in, finding musicians, it was all part of the game. As I say, it took us 6 days a week. However, in July of 2020, things got a bit better. The restrictions were relaxed and we could have a few more people getting together. So social distancing was required. We had to move all our equipment off the audio booth and onto the platform, onto the floor here, and separate it all by 6 feet. Thank goodness for Amazon. They have a ready source of cables because we didn't have anything long enough to reach that. We got it done. And so we also had the rest of the audiovisual team returning, which was nice because we now had a chance to do the real thing on Sunday morning. But as you've heard before, it wasn't the same. You weren't here. Yes, you make a difference. I can assure you we learnt it the hard way. And then the creativity of Reverend Luce came up, as you've heard, and we started pinning pictures of everybody around. It really did look a little strange, but it was a bit easier. The team returned, Leanne came in, John came in, Lisa was around, and Tom Carpenter. We miss Tom to this day. So anyway, that's how we got through for the next bit. But then it changed again. We could have the congregation back in. I was thinking, I'm getting a signal from the back here. Sharon was there. I was thinking, let me check. You're right, John. Hello, Sharon. Wave, please. We work as a team. Anyway, so we're looking at some fun things to do. And have you ever seen a wedding in Las Vegas? We have the minister, bride and groom, and a couple of witnesses. That was how Rita and I got married on the 20th of September that year. It was great. It was joyful. And the AV team shared it with my family and friends. All of you were available. And we're still here today about that video, believe it or not. And it was a great time. One of those lighter spots, and Rita and I still celebrate that occasion because it was very, very different. Nothing we ever planned, but there we go. So then as restrictions eased in the October, we were able to get back towards our own booth back there. But they had similar restrictions in place. We had to still be social distancing. Pain in the back end. Well, Dean Smith came to our rescue. Thank you, Dean. and built barriers made of plastic so that we could remain separated from one another. Have you ever tried talking in a hushed whisper through a piece of Lexan? Don't work too well. So, but there was a drawback. Our social distancing meant that we could only have a congregation of 32. Yeah, that was what it was like. But we carried on with Sunday streaming until so many of you could actually return. It was then that we got a clearance to go with Woodview Players. We had a Christmas program lined up. We already had to lose Godspell 2020 edition, and we lost it on the day before the show. We closed down. But we had a little show on the road, and on at Christmas time we showed Charitable Sisterhood. Again, social distancing. 32. We repeated that show with totally, well, I think there were 3 remaining cast members and a new musical director, because of course we lost Scotty. So life after COVID wasn't the same, was it? And we repeated that a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now we started. Many of you saw that, I know. And it was just an end, to the COVID experience. We closed it down with that show. So we all enjoyed doing that. And Reverend Luce, you've been an educational experience to me, a mentor, and a friend. And to you, Joe, I say thank you too, because you've become a friend of ours too. I don't know why Rita's not here, but she's not. I don't know where she is. But you didn't leave her in London, did you? Oh, I think she was on the plane with me yesterday. I'm not sure. Yeah, I got back late yesterday evening to this. Anyway, we will miss you. Let's just recognize that fact. But we thank you at the same time for everything you've brought to us, and know that this is part of your spiritual development going forward, just the same way as when we let our children go. They've grown up with us and now they're doing their own thing. And it's time for Joe and Luce to go and continue on this spiritual journey and go at it, have fun. And we need to let them go with a celebration, which I know we've got a little something planned later on. But it's a joyful time, not a tearful time. Oh, those of you that were mothers and let your daughters go in a marriage, I know you'll have a little snivel, but that's all right. Okay, so thank you for letting me take up some of your time today, and bless you. Okay, oh, no, I'm supposed to say something else. It's all right. I am over 40. Have any of you ever noticed that once you get over 40, you tend to forget a thing or two? Like what the wife once brought home from the shop. On this occasion, however, it's slightly different. I was supposed to announce that we've got a video now from Arbeth.
Good morning. Sadly, I'm missing the closing chapter of Reverend Luce's and Joe's departure. While this is the last official day of Luce's tenure, the memories of Joe and Luce's laughter, fellowship, and friendship will remain in the halls, Gratitude Cafe, our sanctuary, and our hearts forever. Joe, I would like to thank you for your dedication to the grounds. Without your love and tenderness, our grounds would not look as they do today. Joe, I want to share with you words about your son Danny. There have been many occasions that Luce has mentioned Danny's name, the pain and suffering she still has in her heart. While I sit and listen to Luce's stories, I can only imagine your pain and suffering as you sit in the silence listening to Luce's words. I send my love to you. Today, I reflect on the many tasks Reverend Luce has instilled and tried to instill into each of our hearts and lives. Today is the opportunity to reflect on Luce's teachings and have taken to heart her lessons. Luce's desire for each of us to attend spiritual enrichment classes, her drive and dedication to encourage LUTs and other spiritual leaders to step forward and create an active learning environment. Her encouragement to participate in teams and team building, her countless hours of attending trustee, prayer chaplain, LUT, finance, ground and building, etc., etc., etc. meetings. Sunday service attendance and participation in our service. Luce knowing that a strong congregation begins with service attendance. She knows that an active Sunday service attendance encourages fellowship and bonding. It goes without saying that Luce's strong desire to see our building and grounds to be well maintained. With her direction and spiritual vision, she was able to persevere to see our beautiful home, our beautiful building, get a new facelift with a painting and fresh carpet. The care that you desired for our grounds, the energy you put forth to see our spiritual landscape evolve. And finally, our prosperity consciousness. This is a very delicate topic that you showed strength and courage to create lessons at Sunday services. Your subtle messages to attempt to instill in each of us the true gift of spiritual growth is through opening ourselves to the thinking and living in true prosperity consciousness. I write these thoughts today. I ask myself, and each of you, if I, have received Luce's messages. As we move in the transition of locating a new minister, can we reflect on our mind, actions, and bring about new change, new thoughts, and a new path forward? Dearest Luce and Joe, I see you in the eternal light of God's divine love. Travel in peace. I love you both. Namaste.
Hi, all. It's amazing how everyone has a different take on how they express their love and affection for Luce and Joe. So I'm going to give you mine. Today is a sad day, but a joyous one. We say goodbye to our beloved Reverend Luce and Joe, too, today. But we look forward to what is new and for the future of our Unity Church. We have been so fortunate to have Reverend Luce for these past years as our senior minister. She has been a big part of Unity. Before she came as our minister, actually, before she became a minister, she was here for 12 years of service. What a delight. As she felt like a glove. There was no difficulty. You put her on and she fit. It was a seamless transition. And Joe LaCour was just a bonus. That extra work they had done around the church and the grounds. And I'm sure you all are with me in wishing them all the very best for their future, because they've given us all that we need for our future. And we'll miss them. I want to acknowledge that Reverend Luce made things happen in Unity during the pandemic, keeping Unity of Citrus up and running, working with all the audio and video teams and keeping them, not that you haven't heard this already, It's just common knowledge. Just common knowledge. We all knew that. We didn't have to be told any of that. But just as a reminder, don't forget all the hard work that was put into keeping us connected and consistent with unity. She never failed. That my friend was a big deal, and we made it through. Life threw us a curve, and once in a while that happens, and it comes down to how we handle it. We have been guided by Reverend Luce's determination to keep us going, by God, and ever persevering. This Unity Church is in good standing and is moving forward, but without our beloved Reverend Luce. God has his hand in all of this. I'm shaking, I'm sorry. Reverend Luce has put us in the good hands of the Unity Worldwide Ministries, and we are taking steps to continue and prosper. Our hearts are hurting to see Reverend Luce and Joe leave, but I'm sure that we will not hear the last of them yet. We will continue to shine in love. Change is always what we want, but it is sometimes that we all have to deal with, and this is our time. And we all have learned from those experiences. My dearest Reverend Luce and Joe, God bless you in all that you still have to accomplish. I will hold you in my heart, and I will miss you so much, so much. Thank you for being my minister and our teacher and our leader of this Unity community. There's one more page here. Hold on 1 second. Short and sweet. Every day, in every way, may the light of love, hope, and faith illuminate your path. Until we meet again, I love you.
Well, good morning, everybody. They said everything about this too, and so I'm going to be a little different, which is who I am. Dear Reverend Luce and Joe, I have been holding you both in my heart and in my prayers since the announcement of your leave-taking, knowing it was a long and difficult decision for you. I can honestly say to everybody, I had felt it, and I stayed away because I couldn't deal with it. But Unity always calls you back. Looking back on when you arrived and watching the journey the two of you have made has been a video in retrospective. You traveled through curiosity, to exploration, to the understanding of a new way of seeing and metaphysical Christianity. And I can relate to that new beginning because we've all been through it. Luz, you jumped into this new way of seeing with both feet. And you've never stopped. You've been on the go constantly, guiding us through the pandemic, teaching us, mentoring us, loving us. No matter what the challenge you were confronted with, you demonstrated the Christ consciousness and the law of love. Joe, when you arrived here, I used to watch you in the classes. You were different. And I think you had a difficulty with this new way of seeing when you first arrived, which is understandable. But you fit right in, bringing your viewpoint, your Bible verse, and your opinion. And you challenged us in those classes to make us look at what we were teaching at least for me. Your commitment to this new way is reflected in your love of our grounds, which you have demonstrated by your care, concern to maintain its beauty and its sacredness. And then there's the bookstore, where you welcomed everybody in to come on in, browse, buy. And I remember when you told me I sold my first book, there was an excitement. And I'm going to miss that. So as I sat in the silence, asking Spirit for guidance on what I should say, and how could I speak it from my heart, I heard these words in a resounding voice, really yelling in my ear. It was a joyful noise of words. And this is what I heard. Luz and Joe, you are compassionate, loving, wise, comforting, caring, understanding, tolerant, strong, forgiving, optimistic, and Luz, you're very optimistic. And you are mindful. And your grounding force was faith and love. All these words describe that loving commitment that you use to nurture this community, spiritually, mentally, and physically. I will miss you both. So I leave you with a quote by an old Unity minister, Martha Spock, from her book, Halfway Up the Mountain. God's love is in you, and because of this love, you can be and are a radiating center of love, mighty to attract your good and to radiate good to others, which you both do so very well. So I will not say goodbye, but like words from an old song from World War II, it is only till we meet again. Namaste.
I actually brought a joke because I needed one about right now. So why don't spiritual seekers make good detectives? They always let things be. I remember first meeting Luz. Her energy was on fire. She would ask questions, take classes for credit, with a curious and open mind, with what's next? That fire of cleansing and transformation, encouraging others to serve and engage. Luz remains connected to her aliveness, her joy, and what truly matters in her heart. Luz embodied our mission statement with everything. We are here to provide a loving, accepting, and healing community that transforms lives in our world through prayer, education, and sacred service. Luce and I have cried together, laughed together, and probably have talked about everything under the sun and more. I think our funniest story was planning a lunch date. And you know her demanding schedule. She wasn't there. I called and I said, "I'm here." She said, "Well, so am I." Well, we both stood up, describing our outfits and waving frantically. After much laughter and most folks thinking we were there for the entertainment, we were both at different restaurants. Made connection kind of difficult. Luce visited me after a fall in the hospital and sat and prayed with me. Many memories of our mission statement in action, leaving a care package, connecting me daily when my husband was in the hospital. I could go on and on and on as she embodied and tenderly touched every one of us in a different and unique way. She noticed what was important and what mattered, and she would see me, and she would say, "I see you." And I would imagine each and every one of us in here could say the same exact thing. As Pat said, it is like a glove. It just fit. Now Joe, or Jose, he's different and unique. He has a dry sense of humor, cares for our grounds. He takes care of the congregants' requests. And I'm sure there's many honey-do requests that he would always do openly, or so it appeared. I love you both and can't imagine walking into unity of Citrus without your physical appearance. However, I believe your presence of compassion, connection, spiritual passion will always remain here. The two of you, Joe and Luce, will remain in my heart eternally. Gratitude to your care of our unity community, and I look forward to connecting on what's next for all of us.
Thank you so much.
In the 5 years, 2019 through 2023, under the leadership of Reverend Luce, Unity Church of Citrus County has presented more than 60 events. Counting. This first presentation highlights one of our major events, the Unity First Festival. And the second presentation is a combination of Reverend Luce and Joe's most memorable moments. We love you and we'll miss you dearly. we all had the time of our lives, and we hope that both of you did too.
All aboard!
You are loved! Woo! That's good news. This song makes me happy. Yeah. You are loved, all is well. Your creator thinks you're swell. How's it make you feel? Let me hear you, yeah. You are loved, all is well. I'm gonna tell you something. Find the joy in living. It's not supposed to hurt. Just ask and it is given. Yeah, that's the way it works. Get yourself a big old dream. Be open to receive. Gravitate, appreciate. You're right where you need to be. Oh, you are loved. All is well. Your creator thinks you're swell. How's it make you feel? Let me hear you, yeah. You are loved. All is well. Hey, tell them some more, Stu. Okay? Don't take yourself so serious. This is how it's done. Be easy about all of this. Life's meant for having fun. Raise up your vibration. Tune into your heart. Know what you want. Act nonchalant. Remember who you are. Oh, you are loved. All is well. Your creator thinks you're swell. How's it make you feel? Let me hear you, yeah. You are loved. All is well. Break it down now. Okay, everybody, put your hands together for a little middle-aged white women's rap. What would you do if you knew? It's impossible for you to fail. Who would you be? Can you see? Take a step. Come on, blaze a brand new trail. You bring about what you think about. Yeah, you bring about what you think about. What's your hurry? What's your worry? Why you thinking that you're all alone? 'Cause you're not. So stop, take a breath. Realize what you've always known. You bring about what you think about. Yeah, you bring about what you think about. Think about. You bring about what you think about. So think about this. You are loved. All is well. Your creator thinks you're swell. How's it make you feel? Let me hear you, yeah. You are loved. All is well. You are loved. All is well. Your creator thinks you're swell. How's it make you feel? Let me hear you, yeah. You are loved. All is well. You are loved. All is well. Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this task and don't ask why. It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos and memories and their skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life.
That's delightful. So I'm going to ask the board to come up. We have a little presentation. And I've done a review of our history for the last 32 years. And we did have one husband and wife minister team. But as I was looking and thinking for days, actually, I think these two should be our dynamic duo. And I'm not a fan of superheroes, but you guys are it. So if the board would come up, we have a little presentation. I may need some extra hands. No, I'm going to get the board to do it. They get me to do plenty. Yes. I think it's my turn. So, you want to stay? You want to stay seated? You can do the presentation that way. So we have a couple of things for you.
She's probably in the kitchen. So
So
she does.
I told you I need extra hands.
Are you doing myself?
No.
It's critical to page.
So we will gather around you. You have your favorite flower, roses. So we have roses all around. And they say it's in a diaper, so you can take it with you on your trip. It's safe. So you're going to open this box. I have, it's heavy. Yeah, you're going to need help. The dynamic duo. Let's see, is this on? Yeah. Okay. Be careful what I say, right? Oh, too late. Okay. Okay.
She's getting direction here.
Careful, careful. You're going to need, yes, 2 hands, 4, 6. Look. That's Joe's sense of humor.
There's his dry sense of humor. That was his humor.
All right. So this is a plaque that the board is presenting to Reverend Luce, and it's got gorgeous engraved words. I have them here, so we're presenting this with her to take on her next venture. And from Jeremiah, it says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future." It also says, "In recognition of your endless compassion and inspiring ministry, your authentic faith, your heart to serve, and your love for all people, for the difference you've made in the lives of so many as minister, mentor, and friend, and for your dedication and commitment to the duties which you have so graciously provided as our minister. Congratulations on your journey. We pray that God will continue to bless and prosper you and your family as you enter this new chapter in your life." Yes. And it's dedicated with love and blessings from your Unity Church of Citrus County family. And at the bottom, it's amazing they got all that on that little plaque, right? I'm almost done. Okay. All my words, all my efforts, all my prayers and tears are for humanity and the spread of peace and love among mankind. And that's a quote from Mary Baker Eddy. So we have kept the packaging box for that, because I know you guys are packing going somewhere, right? Oh, they're going to take a picture. Take all the pictures, yes. Take pictures. Get pictures. Let me get out of the way. Okay. Are we done with pictures? Okay. So when the service is over, we're going to have Joe and Luce go to the cafe first. They haven't seen how pretty it is before the rest of us get in there and mess it up. So we're going to let them go first. They have a table. We have lots of fun and good things planned, so please join us and let the celebration begin. Oh, yeah, we weren't done. I was just preparing you for when we are done. So Annie's going to take it from here.
Oh, boy.
That's what you did for putting me in trouble.
Yeah, well.
So it doesn't stay here. Okay.
Oh, my goodness, we've really done a good job. It's 10 to 12. We'll really be extra hungry. Okay, so this is the time of our service for our offertory. So I invite you to take your love offering in your hand and together with me say our offertory. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I send forth with my blessings and my love. And I just see the prosperity growing to continue our wonderful mission statement within unity and in the world. A reminder that you can put your offertory in the basket with the ushers in the back. And I'm off my game. Thank you. Prayer for protection. Of course, we need the light of God surrounds us. I am the love. The love of God surrounds us. I am the love. The power of God protects us. I am power. And the presence of God watches over us wherever God is, and all is divine. I trust the congregation on that one. Okay. Oh, well, I want to bring Joe and Luce up here one more time to be able to bless them. So if everybody stands, we're going to bless Joe and Luce. Together with me. Let's see. Love you. We appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you, and we see you doing great things with what's next. Love you guys. Now we can go. Now we can go. No, oh no.
That was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let me walk with my family, perfect harmony. Let this be the moment. Let this be my solemn vow to take